Welcome back. I am Pratap here. Today is the 20 October 2025. In this video, I am going to generate different supply demand zone reports useful to the premium subscribers. Even before that, please note we are providing complete free training on supply demand zone price action. And all the training lessons are already available at our NeoStock YouTube channel. So to access all the training lessons, please click on the tab Posts. Then you get access to this post. This post is having two YouTube playlist links that are having all the training lessons. The first playlist is having all the training lessons, and second playlist is having a lesson 1.1 to lesson 8.2 examples of videos. So click on the first playlist. Here you have all the training lessons up to lesson 30. You just scroll down to the bottom of the page. Here, starting from lesson 1.1, all the training lessons are placed in an order. Complete lesson 1.1 and then go back to the lesson 1.1 examples playlist. Complete that, then again you come back to lesson 1.2. So repeat these steps, then you will be able to learn this course in an effective manner. I provided all the training instructions clearly at our Telegram channel. I am providing the link to our Telegram channel in this video description. Please join at our Telegram channel. Once you find or search for the old messages, you can find all the training instructions. I also kept the same training instructions at the pinned messages also. And if you learn this course according to those training instructions, then it will be helpful to you to become a very good independent trader. Please make use of this opportunity. Okay, now I am generating different supply demand zone reports with the help of NeoStock Software's supply demand zone top-down analysis strategy builder. And one important instruction, when I am generating the reports, I am giving you very few seconds time to watch the reports. So I request you pause the video, study the report, and then proceed to the next reports. And new subscribers, please listen the commentary, so that the first time if you listen, you will understand what basis I am generating all the supply demand zone reports. Okay, first I am going to generate different supply demand zone reports, stocks near to the daily and 75 minutes demand and supply zones, so that I can identify high priority, high liquidity zones, and they can be used for high liquidity zone strategy that you learned in lesson 21.3 video. Okay, daily time frame, stocks near to the daily demand zone. We got 11 stocks. Let us identify high liquidity daily demand zones. Grasim is having a high liquidity daily demand zone. Naukri is not valid because it is a pierced zone, but you can use this zone for pierced zone strategy that you learned in lesson 28. But not for high liquidity zone strategy. Next you have VBL. So total we identified two valid daily high liquidity demand zones from this list. Okay, next for daily time frame, stocks near to the daily supply zone, we got 16 stocks. Let us identify daily high liquidity supply zones from this list. APL Apollo is having a daily high liquidity supply zone. BEL is having a high liquidity daily supply zone. Dr. Reddy is having a high liquidity daily supply zone. IDFC First Bank is having a high liquidity daily supply zone. And Sun Pharma is having a high liquidity daily supply zone. We identified 5 daily high liquidity supply zones from this list. So this is about daily time frame. Next, time frame 75 minutes, stocks near to the 75 minutes demand zone. We got 11 stocks. Let us identify 75 minutes high liquidity demand zones from this list. BHEL is having a high liquidity zone. Next, LIC is having a high liquidity zone, demand zone. That's it. We got two 75 minutes high liquidity demand zones from this list. Next, for 75 minutes time frame, stocks near to the 75 minutes supply zones, we got 8 stocks. Let us identify 75 minutes high liquidity supply zones from this list. First one, APL Apollo, is not valid because it is a pierced zone. Those who are having interest on pierced zones, you can focus on this. Cummins is having a valid 75 minutes high liquidity supply zone. IEX is having 75 minutes high liquidity supply zone. It is also having high liquidity demand zone. So until one of these zones violate, you can plan trades on either side, whichever the side you get the opportunity. Even though it is stocks near 75 minutes supply zone. That's it. We got two 75 minutes high liquidity supply zones from this list. Okay, next reports are NIFTY and BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain reports. First I am generating NIFTY monthly supply demand zone chain report. In any supply demand zone chain, always look into the zone column to find the high liquidity zones. Look into the pierced column to find the pierced zones. Always look into the LTF trend to find the trend of the current time frame you have selected. You already land one time frame higher is ITF and one more time frame higher is HTF. So remember these points for all the supply demand zone chain reports. Okay, next, generating weekly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating daily supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating 125 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating 75 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating 25 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating 15 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating 5 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. So this is NIFTY reports. Next, generating BANKNIFTY reports. NIFTY Bank is nothing but BANKNIFTY, generating monthly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, generating weekly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, generating daily supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, generating 125 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, generating 75 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, generating 25 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, generating 15 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, generating 5 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. So completed BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain report. Next, I will generate bullish, bearish and sideways trade setups for monthly, weekly and daily income trades. First, Monthly income trade sideways long trade setup, entry time frame daily, entry zone demand zone, bullish or bearish or sideways at daily, sideways long, zone achievement violated opposing zone, minimum order hands score 11 for sideways. We got 4 stocks. Ignore the second one, it is a pierced zone. You can use only pierced zone strategy. Remaining 3, all these daily demand zones, you can plan trades only if lesson 30.3 video checklist items are satisfied. Next, sideways short trade setup, changes are daily supply zone, sideways short, no stocks. Next, bullish trade setup for monthly income trade, changes are daily demand zone, bullish, minimum order hands score 12. So first 19 stocks supporting bullish trade setup for monthly income trade, and all the entry time frame zones are daily demand zones. So first 19 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down, total 24 stocks are filtered. Let's further filter for finding high probability trade setup supported daily demand zones based on 2 zone confluence and EMA confluence strategies that you learned in lesson 27. First strategy, LTF ITF demand zone confluence, and then ITF demand zone with ITF EMA confluence. So applying the filter. So first daily and weekly demand zone confluence, LTF and ITF demand zone confluence enabled, and also EMA confluence also I am enabling on weekly time frame with weekly demand zone, weekly EMA confluence. We got 13 stocks. So these 13 daily demand zones might be having more high probability to get success. Provide lesson 20 checklist items are satisfied, otherwise higher chances of zone violation. This is as per the first strategy. Okay, next strategy, LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence, and then HTF demand zone with HTF EMA confluence. HTF trend should be uptrend. So I am removing ITF EMA filter. First demand zone confluence. 3 filters we have to set: daily and weekly, daily and monthly, and weekly and monthly demand zone confluence. And then EMA filter we have to set, that is monthly demand zone having monthly EMA. Next, monthly trend should not be sideways, it should be uptrend because it is bullish trade setup. Let's filter. We got only 1 stock. So you can plan in this daily demand zone only if lesson 20 checklist items are satisfied, otherwise higher chances of zone violation. So this is bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. Entry time frame is a daily, entry zone is supply zone, bullish or bearish. At daily I am selecting bearish. Zone achievement VOZ, minimum order hands score 12. We got only 2 stocks supporting bearish trade setup. First one is a pierced zone. You have to use only pierced zone strategies. So we have only 1 valid. Let's verify if this is having any high probability trade setup. First strategy, LTF and ITF, that is daily and weekly supply zone confluence. I am enabling. Yes, but it is a pierced zone, I am ignoring. So we don't have any stocks. This is bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. Okay, next trade setup is weekly income trade. Entry time frame 75 minutes. Entry zone demand zone for sideways trade setup at 75 minutes, sideways long. Zone achievement VOZ, minimum order hands score 11, and 75 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So pierced count at 75 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means pierced count is 0. Pierced count 0 means whatever you select, that is not pierced, that zone. Here I selected 75 minutes demand zone, so it is not pierced. So only 1 stock is filtered. So this 75 minutes demand zone is supporting sideways long trade setup for weekly income trade. You should plan trade in this 75 minutes demand zone only if lesson 30.3 video checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. Okay, next sideways short trade setup. The changes are 75 minutes supply zone. Here sideways short. Let's filter. 4 stocks are filtered. These 4 75 minute supply zones are supporting sideways short trade setup, and you should plan trades only if lesson 30.3 checklist items are satisfied. If the zones are not satisfied, they might be violated. Okay, next bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Changes are 75 minutes demand zone. Here bullish. Minimum odd and enhanced score should be 12. Let's filter. First 17 stocks supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade, and all the entry time frame zones are 75 minutes demand zones. So first 16 stocks in the list, first 17 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down, total 22 stocks are filtered. Out of these 22 75 minutes demand zone, there could be some high probability trade setup 75 minutes demand zones might be available. We need to filter them based on 2 different zone confluence and EMA confluence strategies that we learned in lesson 27. First strategy, LTF and ITF supply zone confluence, and then ITF supply zone with ITF EMA confluence. Let's apply that strategy. Demand zone, LTF and ITF demand zone confluence, not supply zone, because it is bullish trade setup. LTF and ITF, that is 75 minutes and daily demand zone confluence filter is enabled, and then in the EMA confluence, daily demand zone with daily EMA, because the daily trend is uptrend for all the stocks, because it is bullish trade setup. ITF is daily. So we got 13 stocks. So these 13 75 minutes demand zones might be having more high probability to get success, provide lesson 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. So this is as per the first strategy. Okay, second strategy, LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence, and then HTF demand zone with HTF EMA for HTF trend is uptrend. So I am removing ITF EMA filter. In the demand zone confluence, 3 filters we have to set. That is 75 minutes and daily, 75 minutes and weekly, daily and weekly demand zone confluence by enabling all the 3 filters, and then EMA confluence at weekly. Demand zone having weekly EMA confluence. At the same time, trend on the weekly should not be sideways, it should be uptrend, because it is bullish trade setup. Let's filter. We got 5 stocks. So these 5 75 minutes demand zones might be having more high probability to get success, provide lesson 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. Okay, so this is a bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. $75 minutes supply zone. Here I am selecting bearish. Zone achievement VOZ. Minimum odd and enhanced score 12. 75 minutes supply zone should not be pierced. So pierced count at 75 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. With these filters we got 8 stocks. So these 8 75 minute supply zones are supporting bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frame zones are 75 minute supply zones. Out of these 8 75 minute supply zones, we should identify high probability trade setup 75 minute supply zones based on different zone confluence and EMA confluence strategies that we learned in lesson 27. First strategy, LTF and ITF supply zone confluence, and then ITF supply zone with ITF EMA confluence. So first 75 minutes and daily supply zone confluence, and then daily supply zone with daily EMA confluence. Because daily trend is uptrend for all the stocks, it is ITF trend. So two stocks are filtered. So these two 75-minute supply zones might be having more high probability to get success provided less than 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. Okay, next trade setup, LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence, and after that HTF supply zone with HTF EMA confluence. I removed ITF EMA filter. Supply zone confluence, 3 filters we have to set: 75 minutes and daily, 75 minutes and weekly, daily and weekly supply zone confluence, and then weekly supply zone with weekly EMA confluence. At the same time, trend on the weekly should not be sideways. It should be downtrend because it is bearish trade setup. We got one stock. So this 75-minute supply zone might be having more high probability to get success provided less than 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. So this is bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next, I will generate daily income trade reports. First, daily income trade sideways long trade setup. Entry time frame 15 minutes. Entry is on demand zone. Here sideways at 15 minutes, I am selecting sideways long. Zone achievement VOZ. Minimum order enhancer score 11 for sideways. And 15 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So pierced count. 15 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. So with these filters, we got 3 stocks supporting sideways long trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame zones are 15 minutes demand zones. You should plan trades in these zones only if less than 30.3 video checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. Okay, next sideways short trade setup. Changes are 15 minutes supply zone and sideways short. Let's filter. We got 3 stocks supporting sideways short trade setup. Entry time frame zones are 15 minutes supply zones. You should plan trades in these zones only if less than 30.3 video checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, zones might be violated. Okay, next bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Changes are 15 minutes demand zone. Here bullish. Minimum odd enhanced score should be 12. Let's filter. We got 12 stocks supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame zones are 15 minutes demand zone. So total we got 12 15 minutes demand zones. Out of these 12, we should identify high probability trade set of 15 minutes demand zones based on different zone confluence and EMA confluence strategies that you learned in lesson 27. First strategy, LTF ITF demand zone confluence. After that, ITF demand zone with daily EMA confluence. So I am going back. First I am selecting LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. That is 15 minutes and 75 minutes demand zone confluence. And then EMA confluence at 75 minutes because 15 minutes and 75 overlap. 75 minutes demand zone with daily EMA confluence. By enabling the filters, we don't have any stocks. Okay, next strategy, LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone and then HTF EMA confluence. Removing ITF EMA filter. In the demand zone confluence, 3 filters I am setting. 15 minutes and 75 minutes, 15 minutes and daily, 75 minutes and daily demand zone Confluence by enabling all the three filters, and then EMA Confluence at daily demand zone, that is HTF, daily demand zone with daily EMA Confluence, and also trend on the daily should not be sideways. It should be uptrend because it is a bullish trade setup. Let's filter. So we got one stock. So this 15 minutes demand zone might be having more high probability to get success, provide less than 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. Okay, this is bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Changes are 15 minutes supply zone. Here bullish or bearish at 15 minutes. I am selecting bearish. Zone achievement VOZ, minimum order enhancer score 12, and 15 minutes supply zone should not be pierced. In the pierced count at 15 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. With these filters, we got 7 stocks supporting bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame zones are 75 minute supply zones. So total we got 7 stocks. Out of these 7, we should identify high probability trade setup 75 minute supply zones. That we can filter based on 2 different zone Confluence and EMA Confluence strategies that you land in lesson 27. First strategy is LTF and ITF supply zone Confluence, and then ITF supply zone with daily EMA Confluence. So I am going back, applying the filters one by one. First 15 minutes and 75 minutes supply zone Confluence. I am enabling the filter. And then EMA Confluence. 75 minutes supply zone with daily EMA Confluence is enabled. Let's filter. We got 2 stocks. So these 2 75 minute supply zones might be having more high probability to get success, provide less than 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. Okay, this is the first strategy. In the second strategy, LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone Confluence. After that, HTF supply zone with HTF EMA Confluence for HTF trend downtrend. So I am removing ITF EMA filter. The supply zone Confluence, 3 filters we have to set. 15 minutes and 75 minutes. 15 minutes and daily. 75 minutes and daily supply zone Confluence. By enabling the 3 filters, we got 2 stocks. But one more filter we missed it. What is that one more filter? EMA Confluence. That is a daily supply zone having daily EMA. At the same time, trend on the daily should not be sideways. It should be downtrend because it is bearish trade setup. Let's filter. So we don't have any stocks to support this second strategy. So this is bearish trade setup for daily income trade. With this, we have completed all the 3 income trade reports. Next, I will find the stocks near demand and supply zones for all the time frames, starting with yearly. Price closed inside the yearly demand zone. We got 3 stocks. Next, price closed inside the yearly supply zone. No stocks. Next time frame, half yearly. Price closed inside half yearly demand zone. We got 6 stocks. Next, price closed inside the half yearly supply zone. We got 2 stocks. Next time frame is quarterly. Stocks near quarterly demand zone. No stocks. Stocks near quarterly supply zone. No stocks. Price closed inside quarterly demand zone. We got 19 stocks. We can further filter this list based on quarterly demand zone having quarterly EMA Confluence. At the same time, trend on the quarterly should not be sideways. It can be up or down. So we got 12 stocks out of 19. Okay, next price closed inside the quarterly supply zone. We got 15 stocks. We can further filter this list based on quarterly supply zone having quarterly EMA confluence. And trend on the quarterly should not be sideways. We got 4 stocks. Next time frame is monthly. Stocks near monthly demand zone. We got 1 stock. Next stocks near monthly supply zone. We got 7 stocks. Next price closed inside the monthly demand zone. First 17 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. Total 21 stocks are filtered. We can further filter this list based on monthly demand zone having monthly EMA confluence. At the same time, trend in the monthly should not be sideways. It can be up or down. We got 8 stocks. Okay, next price closed inside the monthly supply zone. First 15 stocks in the list. I'm scrolling the list down. Total 31 stocks are filtered. We can further filter this list based on monthly supply zone having monthly EMA confluence. At the same time, trend on the monthly should not be sideways. We got 6 stocks. Next time frame is weekly. Stocks near to the weekly demand zone. We got 6 stocks. Next stocks near to the weekly supply zone. We got 5 stocks. Next price closed inside the weekly demand zone. First 17 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. Total 32 stocks are filtered. We can further filter this list based on weekly demand zone having weekly EMA confluence. At the same time, trend on the weekly should not be sideways. It can be up or down. First 17 stocks. Total we got 18 stocks. First 17 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. Total 18 stocks. Next price closed inside the weekly supply zone. First 15 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. Total 59 stocks are filtered. We can further filter this list based on weekly supply zone having weekly EMA confluence. And trend on the weekly should not be sideways. It can be up or down trend. Now the list is reduced. First 15 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. So total 18 stocks are filtered. Next time frame daily already generated in the beginning of the report. So the next time frame is 125 minutes. Stocks near to the 125 minutes demand zone. We got 11 stocks. Next stocks near to the 125 minute supply zone. We got 15 stocks. First 15 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. So total 19 stocks are filtered. Next time frame 75 minutes already generated in the beginning of the report. So the next time frame is 25 minutes. Stocks near to the 25 minutes demand zone. We got 8 stocks. Next, stocks near to the 25-minute supply zone, we got 8 stocks. Next time frame is 15 minutes. Stocks near to the 15 minutes demand zone, we got 4 stocks. Next, stocks near to the 15-minute supply zone, we got 6 stocks. Next time frame is 5 minutes. Stocks near to the 5 minutes demand zone, we got 8 stocks. Next, stocks near to the 5-minute supply zone, we got 10 stocks. So this is about stocks near demand and supply zones for different time frames. Final report, I am generating stop buffers based on daily ATR. First 17 in this list are indices, remaining all are equity stocks. So I am scrolling the list down. Whichever the stock you want to refer there, pause the video, study, and then proceed further. Okay, I am scrolling the list down. This is the end of the report. Hope this information will be useful to you for your further study and analysis. Let us all meet again in our next video. Thank you.